the greatest comeback in supplement history. We are at a point with supplements now where the content made about them on social media can dictate how consumers even see the product as a whole. One of my favorite ingredients, unfortunately, has had setbacks in the public eye, but I cannot stop campaigning for you to reconsider it. I'm talking about myHMB as one of the best muscle builders, muscle preservers, recovery agents, additions to proteins and recovery products. It's an ingredient that has incredible data behind it, but because of one study out there, which was found to be faulty and should be redacted, we don't consider it nearly as often as we should. Today, I'm here to talk to you about another new study backing myHMB. Now, this study is admittedly a smaller one. It is in an older population, but this is the first foray into this topic, so it still brings us information that we want to know that we can sift through and find some things to move forward with and look into with more data. They used stable isotope tracers to tell what's actually happening inside of the muscle, not just using blood markers. They looked at basically two major things. One, the muscle protein breakdown that protein and HMB typically suppresses, and then muscle protein synthesis, which is the creation of new muscle protein. On the muscle protein breakdown side, protein itself at 40 grams here does that pretty reliably. For 90 minutes, protein alone did that very fine. But by the 135 and the 180 minute window, protein's anti-catabolic effects basically waned out. But the HMB arm with protein continued to keep muscle protein breakdown suppressed. This makes sense since HMB suppresses muscle protein breakdown through a different pathway than protein, so adding them together, you might see more of an effect. Looking at the muscle protein synthesis side, we found some interesting data. It may not look as great for athletes, but it is a very interesting direction for a bunch of other categories as well. With men, it didn't really make much of a difference in the older crowd, but with women, protein itself was not enough to actually maximize muscle protein synthesis, and HMB helped them get to that level. So for aging populations, when we're really worried about holding onto muscle, HMB really could be a possible option to consider for aging populations which are not making the best use of their protein anymore. Well, I think we're all learning, especially through the GLP topic, that muscle protein preservation is really important. This study as a whole is hypothesis generating. It's not really settled science. We can start to learn more about this ingredient for other categories, not just muscle builders, but muscle preservers or products for older people. Let me know in the comments below. If you're an athlete, have you used HMB before?